All right, I'm on my way to the store. Just gonna pick up a few things. It's nighttime, obviously. I am filming at night right now. Hopefully, you can see me, by the way. Maybe you can because of this bright light in my face, but it's super hot, humid, sunny, everything that you can think of where I am. So I waited until dark when I was going out to film this video. So I'm going to be just sharing a little story time about the time where I may or may not have dodged a kidnapping or trafficking attempt, or I don't know, a robbery. I don't know, but yeah. So, oh, this is the outfit, by the way, if you can see it. I don't know, I guess I was feeling kind of sassy today, and I'm wearing some shorts because it's literally almost like, well, actually, yeah, it's almost 70 degrees. It's still like almost 70 degrees. It's kind of decent outside, like, not super windy, which is good, not super humid or hot. It's just like, feels kind of nice. So back to the story time. This happened like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. I was in Jewel and just to get some groceries, and I was in like the freezer aisle. I was in the freezer aisle, and I was like, just doing my little shopping, and then so like this girl came over to me. It's like another young black girl like me. She could have been around my age. I don't know. But she came over and she like struck up a conversation. And so, I'm just, talking back with her. She complimented my outfit at first. I was wearing, like, this was back in my long dress days, like my long dress, like, phase or whatever you want to call it. And so, I was like looking cute, like I always am. But yeah, so she came over, complimented my outfit. She's asked me like, where did I get it and everything. And so I was like, telling her, I think I told her I didn't know because I got it as a gift. So I don't remember. I don't remember like where I got whatever she was complimenting. So I just told her, I think I got it as a gift. I forgot what the response was. But yeah, so anyways, like, so she was like, oh, that's okay. I was trying to remember. So, sorry, I lost my train of thought. But, yeah, so, sorry. What was I saying? So anyways, I'm trying to remember, because this was a couple of years ago, so I don't remember, like, verbatim how the conversation went. But, anyways, I'll just, like, skip ahead a little. So she was like, oh, actually, she like pulled out her phone and she started, oh, you know what? No, I did remember where I got my outfit from. And I told her, and she pulled out her phone and she started like, sorry, I thought I saw something moving. That was like an animal or something. I seen like a lot of little roosters in this area or something. Like, I don't know if they're roosters. I've never seen a rooster in real life. Well, I should know what a rooster looks like. Whatever. I'm in a city, not a farm. But so she took out her phone and she was like, oh, like, let me look up. She typed in the website of the clothes that I shop, because I shopped online at this time. Like, I shopped online and then like I shopped in person. So, but most of those dresses I got from this one website online. So I shopped online most of the time for those dresses. So she's pulling it up on her phone, and we're like, I'm looking at her phone, and we're like going through all the dresses and stuff. And she's like, this is nice. Like, I like your style. I like these dresses. And so anyways, she was like, do you want to like meet up sometime? She's like, do you want to like hang out sometime? And, things like that. Like I said, I don't remember, what was said word for word. I was kind of like paraphrasing off of what I do remember for our conversation, our very short conversation. I was like, oh no, that's fine. I just politely said no thanks, because I really wasn't interested. And so she was like, okay. I don't remember what her response is, but we went our separate ways. She went about her business, I went about mine, finished my shopping, left. I didn't see her after that, or I didn't look for her, but so she could have came back. I don't know. I didn't see her. But anyways, I don't think I've ever told this story on my channel. I never do I've done a few story times, and I like story times. I like watching them on YouTube from other people. So I just thought, let me share some stories, because I have, a lot of wild story times that I can share throughout my life. Some crazy situations I've gotten into. So I'm like, okay, why don't we share this one? But anyway, so yeah. That may or may not have been, like I said, who knows what could have happened if I would have accepted her invitation. Oh my gosh, maybe this was a bad idea to film at night, because I can't see anything with this light in my face. But I hope you guys can at least see me. That'll make it worth it at least. But this could have been a trafficking, robbery, kidnapping, any one of those, or I don't know. But I have my small group of friends. Ever since leaving high school, I wasn't really interested in meeting new people, making new friends when I was in college, or just anywhere else. I just, I mostly like to keep to myself, and that's pretty much it. Just meeting up with random strangers and exchanging contact information and promising to meet up and hang out somewhere. That's just not really my thing. It could be other people's things, but that's not really me. I stick with my close friends, and that's pretty much it. But anyways, like I said, who knows what could have happened. That could have went wrong, it could have went right, but my instincts were telling me probably could have gone wrong. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't go. And the other reason was just because that's not really my thing. Like I said, I keep mostly to myself, and that's it. So, and then what made me think of this originally was I was looking at videos on YouTube, and they kind of talked about, there were people talking about similar situations they were in, that were, some of them were more dangerous than mine. I think mine was, could have been dangerous, but I was listening to people talk about who they ran into, and this could have been actual trafficking, especially other women, and they go after, I'm not sure if human traffickers, they have a certain type of female or a certain type of male that they go for, a certain look or something. I don't know if they mostly go after attractive females or men, or if they just go after anybody. But anyways, these people were talking about people approaching them and trying to get them to come with them and stuff, or putting air tags on their luggage, dropping money on the floor, and like lacing and drugging this, and like you're not supposed to touch this and that, and like this is crazy. Like the techniques have gotten like a lot more advanced, but yeah, I don't know. And then I heard about there's usually like the females approach you first because it lowers people's guards, and it makes them like less cautious or something like that because it's a female approaching you instead of like a guy. Especially like with victims who are women, they do that approach. And yeah, so like in my case, it was another young black female who approached me. But what kind of caught my attention was when they said there's like a male accomplice, like usually nearby the female who's like trying to lure victims. There's like a man nearby, like, with her, and they're like working together, but it's usually the female who approaches the victims instead of the males. And it makes sense because like, most females aren't gonna want to talk to or let alone follow and meet up with random men that they just met on the street, right? So it makes sense. But yeah, so at this time I didn't know anything about this. I knew about human trafficking, of course, and stuff like that, but I didn't know about, all their techniques and things like that. So I didn't know what to look for. I'm like, oh, I've read about this, I've heard about this, and like I know to watch out for this, and like, well, let me look around for this. Like like she genuinely seemed like somebody who was just like, wanted to strike up a conversation and then for whatever reason meet up with me afterwards. That's all that said to me. And another thing I wanted to mention that was interesting, because this happened, back when I was living in Chicago, and my whole life I lived in Chicago. Like, that has never happened to me before. Like, never. Nobody ever, like, randomly, man or woman, like, black, white, Hispanic, Asian. Like, nobody's ever, nobody's ever randomly approached me. And, I've never had an encounter like that, is what I'm trying to say. So it was just, it was kind of weird for me. Like, when I was looking back on it, when it happened in the moment, to me, it was just like, another normal encounter. But when I reflected and looked back on it, it was definitely something strange about that. So, but yeah, that was the end of that encounter. Like I said, like, we went our separate ways, and like, that was pretty much it. But yeah, I just thought I would share that, and like, just like, be careful out there, guys and gals. Because some people, they accept these offers and these invitations like innocently. They're like kind of naive and not, really aware of everything that's going on in the world. So, just be careful. Maybe if you want to engage with my channel and my videos, after you finish watching this, if you want to comment if you think this was innocent or not, feel free to do so. But yeah, that's the end of the story time. I'm about to go in, get my groceries and snacks, and peace.